Coming through now is the 1909 Service 51 to Swindon with the new livery SM18KUW 10989 with what looks like no passengers on the lower deck. Coming now is the final 51 through Cirencester in the direction of the town centre. This is SM18KUU. I'll record it pass in a second. Another new liveried bus, SM18KUU 10987. The third one that Swindon did. (15650) VX10FRN. Merchants coaches BU16 HBN on school duties, leaving Siren Forum. Mercedes-Benz Turismo. Now coming is the 1730 855 service to Bourton on the Water. This is YJ14 BWK. Opter Solo SR. Now departing is the 1731 51 service to Cheltenham, YP14GZB 15972. (1735) 77 to Highworth 48173 YJ14 DAO. 1740 882 to Tetbury YY15 OWP 37326 and the newly painted Stagecoach We've Got You. And the 1740 Cotswold Green 54A to Stroud YJ10 EXZ Exmoor bus. And YY15 OWM 37324 from Tetbury, which will form the delayed 1740 to Gloucester. 15880 VX13 FLG on an A to Coronation Square. The next service is actually right behind it, so this one must be late. I did just get off of this at High Street. And coming now, SN69ZGS 37622 Bus Lightyear on a 42 to Tewkesbury and Mytton. Now I can see 15880 on my right hand side down High Street, and here comes the next A to Coronation Square 10441 SK15 HDE ADLE 400 MMC with 0 passengers, because the last bus has been picking them all up. GG73 BUS on an L to Leckhampton and Pilley. '94 from Gloucester, back out on a 94X, SN66 VYB 10757. ADL Enviro 400 MMC, Stagecoach Gold 94 branding. Off goes the delay 1250, 94 to Gloucester 10759, SN66 VYD. ADL Enviro 400 MMC, Stagecoach Gold 94 branded. YX730YS 11747 on 100 from Alcourt Park and Ride. Coming in is the 10 from Lower Tuffley, YT21 DVP 15362, a Scania E400 MMC, followed by SN66 VXU 10750 on a 94, and another 94 10760 SN66 VYE. Coming in now is a D off to Bishop's Cleeve SN64 OME 37244 in its brand new livery. (15650) VX10 FRN on a 51 in from Swindon and Cirencester. YT21 DVP 15362 on a delayed 10 to Gloucester. YXM3 OYS 11747 with Evan Henton at the wheel. (94) to Gloucester 10750 SN66 VXU. (15983) followed by 10754. VX61 FKJ 15735. And waiting to depart is 15532 VX09 NBZ on a 63 to Stroud, Forest Green and Nailsworth. That being a heavily delayed 1500. Off to Stroud. This is a 33 to Ross-on-Wye for Hereford, 15978 YN14 OWV. Driver just got out to sort out his rearview mirror. YN14 OWV 15978 on the 15th at the 1450. 33 to Hereford, heavily delayed. Now leaving on the far side, a Scania, most likely. ADL Enviro 400, Stagecoach Local. This one, I believe, is on a Stroud service. It should be. It is. It's a 64 to Stroud via via Whitminster and Stonehouse. And the 1512-71 to Tewkesbury and Northway, now departing from Bay L. YN64AOR 28685, a Scania ADL Enviro 300. The bus on the 64 is VX09 NBM 15528. And there's also a coach on Bruton Way, which we'll be pulling in shortly. And it's green light. 28685 YN64 AOR followed by VX09 NBM 15528. First vehicle, Stagecoach West in Gloucester. Second vehicle, Stagecoach West in Stroud. The array of vehicles at Gloucester Transport at the moment, we have 10750 SN66 VXU. Next to that is 10760 SN66 VYE. Then now, oh sorry, now coming is YT21DVM 15359 on a 10 to Cheltenham, and coming in now is an E300 GX58 MVM 22748 on an 8 to Hunt Grove. And following that, PO11 BBV 277 something on a 32. And that coach has I think is coming in service, but he's already changed the blinds, or he's got passengers. So this vehicle will go on a break for a bit, and then it will probably go out within the hour. This is a Scania Cateno Levant 3A, probably arriving on a 444 from London. I'm not sure. Driver will be going on a break. BV74 LMY. And that is YT21DVM 15359 on a 10 to Cheltenham. Back to saying what vehicles are in here. We also have a Scania E400 MMC, an Enviro 300, Enviro 400, Enviro 400, and Cateno Levant 3A. That's the array of vehicles. SN66VYE 10760 should be leaving very shortly. And it is, there's the horn, and a bus coming in now is the 94X 10903, one of the few Enviro 400 MMCs that have white DMIs from Cheltenham Depot. That's 10903 YX67VBM. With a 94 leaving, and it is SN66VYE 10760 on what is the 152094 to Cheltenham. This is an ADL Enviro 400 MMC with the 94 branding. That 94X SN66VXU 10750 will be leaving at 1525. Very lovely, 94 to Cheltenham via Churchtown, and indeed Longlevens. Another horn is blaring. I presume it's going to be a bus on the far side. It is going to be FKH, which we recorded enter not that long ago. And off he goes. SN66VYE 10760 on a 94 to Cheltenham. And the VX61 FKH, I believe that I said was leaving as well, was just moving bays, as that will go out on a 97 later on. This is a 22 to Colford via Cinderford 27710 PO11 BBV, followed by an 8 to Brockworth VU11 BTV 36390. And there were horns as a 98 to Cheltenham leaves. It's a Scania ADL Enviro 400 MMC stagecoach distance, just missing the light. YT21DVA 15350. We'll record that one properly when the light goes green. YT21DVA 15350 on a 98 to Cheltenham. Following that's SN66VXU 10750 94X to Cheltenham. Fast via the A40. Another bus is leaving, but they will miss the lights. So that will be VX61 FKH leaving for Shaw. And this near one is VU11BTF. I can't read the fleet number on that. 36388 on a 24 to Colford via Mitchell Dean and Cinderford. One of those then is running half hour late because they alternate for a half hourly frequency. VU11BTF 36388 followed by VX61 FKJ 15735 on a 98 to Cheltenham. coming, it's 15880 VX13 FLG on a 94X from Gloucester, followed by SN66 VYB 10757 on the 1720 94 from Gloucester. Now leaving 94 to Gloucester, 28745 YM15 FPP. That will shortly be followed by the 100 again, YX67 VBM 10903. And we have a short Enviro 200 MMC here on some sort of shuttle, SK24 CWT. Lovely 9 meter MMC. Now coming is the driver training Enviro 300, main focus. And there's also E400 MMC. I think it's Evan. GX58 MVE 22741, driver training. And that is followed by YX67 VBM 10903 on a 100. And 15880 VX13 FLG. Let's see if it's returning to the depot. Or yeah, he's returning to the depot. Forcing his way out. Here comes that second 10 within about 2 minutes. This one hasn't changed the blind though, so the first one was probably late. This is YT21 DVR 15363 pulling in. Coming now at the set of traffic lights, the first vehicle is 15992 YN64 XSW, running 4 minutes early, which will form the 1830. 51 to Swindon. Then it's 15350 YT21 DVA on a 98, followed by YT21 DVP 15362 on a 10. With a broken back blind. And it's guess the game of which bus was late. Probably that one, but you never know. And this one has made the light, another 94X SN66 VYD 10759. Next 94 coming into Cheltenham. This, well, would have come in as a 94X surely, but I don't know. SN66 VYE 10760. And that 100 I don't think will make it through the light. Might do, no, won't. There's 100 waiting though. This is 15531 VX09 NBY on the 1620 C59X to Brockworth via Stroud and College now. SF62 CWO 36734 on the 1632 C68 to Stow on the Wold. Cotswold Green YJ10 DJX Right Eclipse Pulsar on the 1630 X54 to Stroud. VX61 FKM 15738 on the 1625 77 to Burford. Now leaving is the delayed 1620 855 to Bourton on the Water, YX69 NUK. (15967) IP14 GYW on the delayed 1706. 51 to Swindon via Cricklade. With Andy at the helm. Now Cummings the 1730 855 to Bourton on the Water. This is YJ14BWK. Solo SR. YJ10EXZ. Just coming in to do the 1740 54A, but didn't want to do Watermore, I guess. YP67XPO 15341 on the 1731 to Cheltenham. SF10BZM 36135 to form the 1740 882 to Gloucester with a questionable thumbs up from the driver. First bus to leave is the 882 to Gloucester, SF10BZM 36135 again. And they're leaving at the same time. It's not a brother this time. It's VU11BTV 36390 going to Tetbury bound, and YJ10EXZ again on the other 1740 departure 54A to Strad. And one panel of Cotswold Green. Now coming is the 1735 77 to Highworth, YJ74DAO 48173. Thumbs up from the driver. And off goes 15872, VX13 FKY. And off it goes for Ross on Y. SN66 VXT 10749, Mark Millard, followed by VX61 FKH 15734 on a 33 to Hereford. And on the other side it's SN66 VXX. SN66 VXX 10753, followed by YT21 DVP 15352. Yeah, 10753. And 15362. And 371. K99 NHS on a 99. Now entering Gloucester Transport Hub, this is 22749. GX58 MVN on a 71. This one will be PO11 BAA 27701 on an 8 to Brockworth. SN66 VXV 10751 coming in on a 94, leaving on a 94X. Spinning back around to the transport hub, it's the 71 to Northway pulling away, GX58 MVN 22749. That one actually being delayed by 16 minutes. And MVN 22749 GX58 MVN on the 1442 71 to Gloucester. Now waiting to leave Gloucester Transport Hub, 36390 VU11 BTV on a dead run somewhere. And that'll be followed by 15352 YT21 DVC Lottie. Now coming in is a bus from Stroud area, VX04 GHN 18087. This one will be going back out as a 63 to Forest Green and Nailsworth. It's 15362 YT21 DVP leaving on a 98. Followed by BV24 ZFU on a 444 to London, followed by PO11 BBN 27708 on an 8 to Brockworth. Something's leaving, and it's a greener bus, cleaner air, Enviro 200. Lovely sound. By the way, VX04 GHN went into that bay there when it's meant to stop in D. Hey ho. This is a Stroud bus as well. I'm presuming 65, yeah, gosh, 65 goes from Bay D as well. That's SN63 MYA. Must be very busy down that, must have been very busy down that end. This is the 1500. Bus to Dursley and Strad. SN63 MYA 36928. (36928), followed by YT21 TVR 15363 on a 10 to Cheltenham, meaning the last one was late. And this is an X distance. Enviro 400 MMC, of course, this used to be 10 branded. Now it's navy blue. This is YT21 DVG 15354 on a 10 to Gloucester and Lower Tuffley. This one, I believe, is running maybe 20 minutes late, because there's the next one right behind it. So 15354 YT21 DVG, shortly followed by YT21 DVO 15361. And both of which are very busy. First up, SN66 VXX 10753. And this might just be followed by, yeah, VX04 GHN 18087. He's just missed the light. So it is 18087. VX04 GHN, followed by K99 NHS 371. Way from the stagecoach driver. A double bus leaving, well, two buses. Two double deckers, technically. Ooh. Very nice. Anyway, SN66 VXX 10753, reversing quite a distance. And it will also be 18087, leaving on a 63. VX61 FKJ 15735 on the 1500, 22 to Colford. YY15 OWP 37326. Now departing Meadow Court, YN64 XST 15989. Flashes away from the driver, and here comes the 51 running 30 minutes late. Its original vehicle YP14 GYX broke down at Cherry Tree Drive. This is VX10FRN 15650 with loads of people waiting to get on at Bingham House. That's 30 minutes late to form the 1845 to Cheltenham. Now leaving YN14 PXZ 15966 98 to Cheltenham, Gloucester, and MX14 FTY on a K to Ben Hall. 801 from Chipping Norton, KK74 BUS 180-807, one of the new MTV Evoras at Pullham's. Normally used on the service up in Oxford. The brand new liveried 100 bus YX73 OYU 11748, look at that. Followed by YX67 VBM 10903 94 to Gloucester. SN66 VYC 10758, not in service, dead run to Promenade. 94X to Cheltenham apparently, probably Gloucester. 10755 SN66 VXZ. YM14 OWY 15981, Julie Roberts on an A to Coronation Square. (1021) N to Noverton Park, Buttercross Lane. SN69 ZGL 37617, Dave. SN69 ZGL 37617, Dave, on an N to Noverton Park, Buttercross Lane. OU62 BZN 36771, on an N to Noverton Park, Desert Orchard Road. YXM3 OYS 11747. (94) to Cheltenham 10750 SN66 VXU. (10441) SK15 HDE. (98) to Cheltenham YT21 DVB Alex Parent 15351, and that's followed by an 8 to Brockworth PO11 BBV 27710. And now Cummings, the 1325. Service 6 to Longlevens and Elmbridge via the hospital, YN64 AOO 28683. Coach arriving, BV24 ZFY. This will be the 1330 to London. And waiting at the lights is SN66 VXT 10749, Mark Millard on the 94X to Cheltenham. And coming in now is an 8 Hunts Grove GX58 MVM 22748. Thumbs up from the driver. And spinning around we have 10757 waiting in the middle to come in. So this is 10757 SN66VYB. 15354 YT21 DVG Rupert Williams coming in to the Gloucester Transport Hub Road, 4 Station Road bus stop on a 10 to Lower Tuffley, and just behind it is a 97 for Gloucester from Cheltenham. And here it comes, 15354 YT21 DVG Rupert Williams. Stagecoach, we've got you. 2 buses waiting to leave the hub. It's VX62CZT. Fleet number on that is on the side, I'm not sure, 23 to Culford. That's 15859. And that will be followed by MX59JCZ 36108 on a 351 to Tewkesbury. And that will be followed by 15858 VX62CZP on a 62 to Stonehouse via Stroud. And this 97 did miss the light the first time. It's 15353 15363, sorry. YT21 DVR. This will be going back out on a 97 to Cheltenham via Innsworth, the Reddings and Churchtown, of course. And it here now. SF10 CCU. Can't remember the fleet on that one. And here it comes. SN66 VXZ 10755 in on a 94X from Cheltenham. Now coming in's Lottie, YT21 DVC 15352 on the 10 to Cheltenham via Shirlington, and I think this is going to be pretty good timing, because I think it's about to go green. And it is. YT21 DVC 15352, 10 to Cheltenham. The array of buses at Gloucester Transport Hub, we have 10757, 10441, 15362, 10755, 15978 I believe, SF10 CCU, an E200 over there, and the Contenno Levant 3A. 10441 SK15 HDE is now leaving on a 94. Which did actually force 10755 to go into bay. I believe that's I'm not sure. Now leaving, of course. Now coming in is a 71 from Northway and Tewkesbury GX58 MVS 22753, which will be forming the 1342 service. And that's 10441 SK15 HDE 94 to Cheltenham. And that does involve 10755 moving bay, and here's BB24 ZFY on a 444 to London Victoria. going to be a double departure. First one's 15362 YT21 DVR. On the 1340 97 to Cheltenham, and 10757, which has been there for quite a while, SN66 VYB is on the 1340 94X to Cheltenham, fast by the A40. And they have both just missed a green light. That's SN66 VYB 10757, 1340 94X to Cheltenham, followed by the 1340 97 to Cheltenham, 15363 YT21 DVR, VX13 FKW 15871 on an 8 to Brockworth, followed by 15638 SF10 CCU on a 32 to Newman via Hynham. SK15 HDE 10441 on the 1705 66 to Stroud, 10754 SN66 VXY 94 to Gloucester, 15978 YN14 OWV 98 to Gloucester, and on the other side it's Rupert Williams YT21 DVG 15354 on a 10 into Cheltenham. Here we have 15969 YP14 GYY. Departing Meadow Court on the 1802 to Swindon with a flash from the driver. He's just missed the light. SN66 VXU 10750. And here it comes now, SN66 VXU 10750, 94X Gloucester, fast by the A40. Oh, no. This will be a 98 VX13 SLC 15876. And on the other side, YT21 DVK. Haven't seen a fleet number on that, that's 10 to Gloucester and Lower Tuffley. 94 in from Gloucester, SN66 VYA 10756. And coming in behind it, 11748 YXM30YU, followed by SN66 VYE 10760 on a 94X in from Gloucester. $15992 YN64 XSW on their 1720 51 to Swindon via Siren. An 801 in from Chipping Norton. This is EE23 BUS. Volvo B8 RLE MTV Evora. That'll form the 1730 again to Chipping Norton on an 801. YX67 VBM 10903 and followed by 15354 YT21 DVG. Alarms, flashes and tones from Evan Henton in 10903 up there. And VX13 FLC 15978. SK24 CWV on some sort of shuttle. 100 to Alcourt Park and Ride, YXM30YU 11748. That'll be followed by SN66 VXX 10753. Away from the driver. Now coming into Cheltenham Broadwell bus station is a 444 National Express coach service to Gloucester. It's BV24ZFU Cheltenham 3A. From London, Victoria, and Cirencester, of course. Now leaving Clarence Street is the A off to Prestbury, SN69ZGU 37624. This is E23BUS with its rhyme on the blind. Bourton, then Morton, and Shipping Norton. 801. Very lovely Volvo. This is on the 1730. 801 service to Chipping Norton. Via Bourton and Morton and Stowe. And that's the National Express coach 444 coming through now for Gloucester. BV24ZFU, Cheltenham 3A. C to Springbank. Another local Enviro 200, VU11BUA 36394. VU11 BSZ 36386 on a D to Hatherley via the railway station. And that's SF10 BZL 36134 on an N to the Park campus, followed by YM15 FPP 28745, not in service, returning to depot. SF62 CWP 36735 on a 41 to Cheltenham North way. SN66VXT Mark Millard 10749 on the 1753A to GCHQ Ben Hall via Coronation Square. The 1909 51 to Swindon, YP14 GZC 15973. Another local Enviro 200 here. This is the H to Isle Farm. 36260 VU11BUJ. This here is 37326 YY15 OWP. It's second time in Cirencester. A wave and some flashes from the driver, returning to Gloucester Depot after the A82. (15858). VX62 CZP. And 15638. Now leaving Hereford railway station, YE738ZZ on the Zipper. free bus. So Yutong E9, I believe. YE73HZZ again, and this one will be followed by the 33 to Ross on Y for Gloucester, VX13FLE 15878. Sergeant's E200MMC YX25 OGR on a 501 service apparently. 2025 plated, very nice. DRM Travel YJ12 OGL YX25 OGR Sergeants. YE738ZX on the Z Zipper bus. And here comes a Sergeant's, I think, Op10 Metro City. YJ18CZG on a 461 to Kington. YJ62 FZO on the C, and on the other side is the A. YJ18OHE. Now leaving Hereford County Bus Station is the 476 service to Ledbury via Barts Tree. This is the 14:15 departure by DRM bus. It's DM23 DRM Volvo B8 RLE MCV Evora. YJ68 FVA 449. And now leaving stand 9 is the 142266 to Monmouth CE22 WWJ Z30 Yutong E9. Off to Monmouth. It's a Stagecoach South Wales service. It's an ADL Enviro 200 MMC. It's YX67UZN 26178 on a 23 to Abergavenny for Pontypool and Newport. X-Gold, this one.